What's going on, guys? I feel like this looks like really cloudy or something. How's everybody doing? What's going on, Sammy B, Nicholas, Deleted, Julia, Charlie? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Beautiful people, what's up? All right. Game of Player. Hey, Christian Reeve, Jaden King. Let's start off with Christian Reeve. So I actually, right before I got on here, I noticed Christian Reeve has an podcast. I was gonna say an iPod. Wow, a podcast featuring yours truly that he just put on his YouTube channel. After this live stream, maybe not exactly after this live stream, and I'll get to that in a second. But tonight I will be posting it on the community page. He asked me the tough hitting questions. He asked me things that I didn't expect him to ask me, but I did answer everything pretty much. So definitely check out that podcast for some questions you might have asked about me and never got an answer to. So definitely check that out. Hello, what's going on, everybody? My day has been beautiful, not bad. Honestly, you know what, let's get to the nitty gritty because we're working on limited time here. Usually I do this for about, I don't know, 25 minutes or something like that. No, sorry. Usually I do it for like an hour, but I'm going to do it for 25 minutes. So it's just been a crazy time these last couple of weeks. As I talked about, I just did a podcast with Christian Reeve, and I actually have another podcast that I'll be on at 6 o'clock today. It won't show for a few weeks, but it's the Tristan Law Show podcast, which I will also be sharing that information as well. So there's a lot going on, but let's talk about your questions. Okay, Sammy B wants to talk about SummerSlam. So let's talk a little bit about SummerSlam. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. Nothing really like that special that stood out. I know some people might be like, well, Roman Reigns came back. That's pretty special. It's okay. Roman Reigns came back, and the first thing I noticed was, damn, his teeth are white. That was the first thing. That's like the only thought going through my mind. I'm like, damn, his teeth are white. Let's see. What did you guys like from SummerSlam? And don't forget, while you're here, I said we have about 12 people in the room right now. Don't forget to smash that like button. Give it a good smash. However you like to smash things, do that to the like button. Let's get those likes up. I want to see like 20 likes before we get out of here, but I'm doing beautifully. A lot of people said, how am I? I'm good. I've been crazy busy. Things have been bananas. I've been doing a bunch of podcasts. I've been doing Battlezone Barz. And if you don't know what Battlezone Barz is, it is my own music channel that I do a bunch of crazy hip-hop contests for. And yeah, life has just been nuts. I know I owe you guys the Freeway to Success episode 6. It is coming, but I will have a new schedule probably Thursday or Friday of things to come out. Picari wanted to know, do I listen to Billie Eilish? I do not really. No, not really. I just feel like she's whispering sad to me. And I don't know. It's just not my thing. Yeah, Roman Reigns' teeth. Let's talk about those things. Those little horse teeth. Deleted says, have you watched any other videos of That's Cringe from Cody Co? I have not. I actually think I've maybe watched just a couple of Cody Co videos, but not much. Like, not at all, honestly. Just not, I don't know. Should I watch more? Picari says, what's my height? So the easy answer to that is the same height as Ricochet. We're the exact same height. I know a lot of people compare us all the time, but we're the exact same height. I appreciate the adoption of the cheap wrestler name and not getting pissy about it. Yeah, you can't get pissy about those things, Nick. You know, sometimes you just have to take it. You take it and you run with it. And that's basically what I've done. You know, I realized I share the story a little bit on the Christian Reeve podcast, but I will give you a sneak peek now. So I originally wrestled my gimmick. My gimmick was always the number one attraction, Matt Saxon. But when the cheap wrestler thing kind of blew up a little bit, I decided, you know, should I go the cheap wrestler route or should I go with my gimmick, the number one attraction route? So we switched it up. Jaden King wants to talk about Braun Strowman's bald head. Yeah, you know, I really liked his hair. I know you can tell he was losing it, but I felt like he could have kept it a little bit longer. Not longer in length, but longer as far as period of time. Christian Reeve says, so when are we going to see you on AEW Dark? I can't answer that question. I can't answer that. Let's see. Hungry says, please react to other Cheapskate videos so you can see. So It's funny you say that, Hungry. One series that I am going to do that's coming up very soon is called Cheap Shots. I did it about a year ago, and I'm bringing it back with a new twist. So what I'm going to do is actually watch other extreme cheapskates and things that they do, how they live their life, and I'm going to try some of their cheap life hacks and see, how successful it is. Does it work? Is it too cheap? Does it even make sense? So I'm going to, test things out that we see on Extreme Cheapskates just to find out, if it's something worth doing. So stay tuned. There will be that. What's going on, Hero? Garcia, what's up? What's up? Hero, you don't have to apologize for being late, man. You're not late. You're here. As long as you're here, Picari says, I rarely catch your live stream because you stream at 5 a.m. here in my country. Damn! Yeah, that's early. That is early in the morning. But sometimes I try to switch it up and do it at different times. So if there's a time that you can translate to me that would work better for you, let me know. I might switch it up. What's going on, Blondie? I'm doing well. How are you? I feel beautiful. Life is good. Let's see. Gabriel DMZ says, have you seen the Rock match between John Cena and The Rock? Yeah, absolutely. Overall, very good matches. I'm hoping that we see one more time before it's all said and done. They each won one match. I would love to see them come to a head one more time, but I don't think it's going to happen. But let's see. Amir says, Matt, what's going on? What's going on? Do I use Reddit? I don't think I've ever used Reddit. Amir, I always make sure I wash my damn hands. Yeah, I'm not nasty. All right, Charlie says, imagine if at Payback the lights go out and Matt Rivera shows up and attacks Ricochet. It'll be like, the doppelganger! It's doppelganger Ricochet! I would need what's a good name? It can't be Ricochet. Recoil. I could be Recoil. Right? All right, Hero says, hey, Matt, can you do 3 gimmicks at the same time? Like, one is the one is the cheap wrestler, one is the number 1 attraction, and one is the last dark. I'm assuming you mean number 13. I don't know about number 13, but the other 2, absolutely. I can always switch back and forth between the 2. Cheap wrestler is me, so it's just like this. When I need to turn on the number 1 attraction, it's a little more something like this. It's a little more arrogant, a little more rough around the edges, if you will. I'm over here stuttering. But yeah, I could switch it up. Let's see. Christian Reeve thinks he's discovered something. My lips are sealed. Zip. All right. Sammy B says, did I see the whole Reddit? No. I actually have no idea what you're talking about. So send it to me because I have no clue that I was on Reddit in any sort of way, shape, or form. All right. Titan says, what's good, man? Life is good, man. Very, very busy. So I said as soon as this started that the Freeway to Success episode 6 is still coming. It is still in the works, but I had to delay it a little bit because things have been nuts. I've been on a bunch of podcasts recently, including Christian Reeve, who's in here right now. So you can see him on there and subscribe. And you could watch a 1-hour podcast of me talking about things like how old I am. Oh, things that happened at the Impact Wrestling audition. Oh, you can find out a bunch of things that you've probably asked me and I've never answered. So go check out that podcast. And make sure you like this before you go, all right? Make sure you give it a nice hearty like. Bing! All right, let's see. Jaden King says, I hate the new Seth. I don't mind new Seth Rollins. I think it's pretty good. It's starting to get a little stale, so maybe he needs to do something to switch it up. All right. Deleted says, I wanted to join your last live stream, but there was a power outage. Listen, I understand that, man. I totally get it, so no worries. Titan says, high school has got me. So I heard that you were starting high school. First of all, congratulations. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm going to, you know what? I never said this live stream was for kids, so kick some ass. Kick some ass in high school, all right? Make it happen. Blondie says, where are you from? New York. New York, born and raised. In the playgrounds where I spend most of my days. No, I'm from New York. Pretty much lived here all my life. Oh my goodness. It's 12:40 a.m. in Bulgaria. Do you know Rusev? All right, Bakari says, I'm asleep now. Sorry, my eyes are... All right. Thank you for just showing up. Even just stopping by to say, what's up? I'll take it. Man, the noises that come out of my mouth are annoying. Let's see. All right. Oh, Roger asked if I'm part of Retribution. If I was, I definitely couldn't say it. So, player wants to know, am I still a cheapskate? Yes. Now, I will say this. Have I gotten a little bit better since you guys saw me on Extreme Cheapskates? Absolutely. But still a cheapskate. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of hard to escape that. All right, CM Punk. I don't know if CM Punk will ever. He honestly should just come back. I know he wants a lot of money, but the longer he stays away from pro wrestling, his stock isn't going up. It's starting to go down. So, Titan Fitness says, do you think they should give Luchasaurus the world championship? Not yet. Not yet. And would you like to tag with Evil Uno from? Yeah, absolutely. I would tag with anybody from AEW. 110%. 110%. Dark Order kind of scares me a little bit, but I would not deny that opportunity. Let's see. Hero says, number one attraction is his wrestling gimmick. His cheap one is his real life. Exactly. Exactly. The last is his dark, which I don't know that one. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Christian Reeve says, I am going to show up somewhere at some point in time. It's only a matter of time, right? Bufo. I don't think Bufo's here. Yeah, we're missing out on Bufo. What do I think of Mickie James? The Mick kick to Lana. First of all, Mickie James, I feel like should get a push. They're not doing her any justice. They got to do something different with Mickie. Let's see. What superstar from the past would I compare Isaiah Swerve Scott to? Oh. That's honestly a tough one. Off the top of my head, I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. There's a few wrestlers like him now. Like, I feel like you might say maybe a Leo Rush or, shoot, who's that other guy? There's a couple of wrestlers that are similar, but I don't know if there's anyone that's like just like him. Game, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Game of Play, I feel like one of your videos is going to blow up. I've had a couple of videos that have gone viral, so I'm very fortunate for that. Especially thanks to Cody Ko. Let's see. You missed the Beast Slayer. Yeah. Let's see. Hungry says, do you have new clothes and do you still reuse napkins? So as far as clothes, I'm kind of a minimalist. You might notice I wear like the same, I don't know, 5-6 t-shirts over and over again in my videos. I'm not someone who needs fancy things. I'm not a materialistic person. So, you know, I do have some new clothes, definitely, but nothing too crazy. And I did get a handkerchief. So I do use a handkerchief. Sometimes I still like my tissues, but, you know. All right, Moxley or MJF for All Out. Who's winning? Christian, I believe. I think they're going to give it to MJF. I think they're going to take the title off of Moxley and give it to MJF. That would be where my money is at. Hero disagrees with me, but that's my opinion. Amir, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You're the best just for being here. All right, Elisa, what tips do you recommend for someone that wants to be a cheapskate? First of all, it really depends what kind of person you are. Right off the bat, whenever you make a purchase, ask yourself, do I need this? Do I need this? Like, do I absolutely need this? That would be step one. Because for me, I convince myself that I don't need things that I probably do need, which is part of the problem. You know, like I'm like, do I really need that new razor, or could I use it for the 100th time? I could squeeze a couple more uses out of it. That to me is like where it begins. So that's step one. Roger says, a cheapskate who likes cheesecake. Fact, I hate cheesecake. I hate cheesecake. I think cheesecake is like the most garbage dessert ever. Like, cheesecake is like, oh, let me take some cream cheese and smack it on a pile of garbage, and here you go, delicious, enjoy. Not a fan. If you couldn't tell, right? Hero says, CM Punk should be the leader of Retribution. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Christian Reeve says, what is the cheapest thing I'm still doing? Man. I'm trying to think of like something that correlates from the video. Definitely, I would say, especially now, very cheap with my workouts. Like, Obviously, with the pandemic, no one's going into gyms, but I still, I don't know. I don't want to pay for a gym or anything like that. And obviously, it did well for me before, but I am getting a little bit older, and it is getting a little bit more challenging. So there are times where I'm like, should I just suck it up and pay the gym membership? Only time will tell. Deleted says, do I still have those tissues next to the window? I do not. I do not. Not anymore. Not anymore. Sammy B says, our song hit 9K streams. That is dope. Nice. That is great news. Congratulations to you, my brother. Let's see. Amir says, who would win, Braun Strowman or Umaga? I'm going to go with Braun Strowman. That's my guess. Narav, what's going on? Christian Reeve, who do you think you'd work with and best in terms of chemistry? My answer would be one of two people. But my first answer would be Enzo Amore. I just think like him and I could have an epic mic bout and then have an entertaining match and tell us great story in the ring. I feel like he is someone who was underrated, and WWE, or honestly any wrestling promotion, should probably scoop him up because he's money. He's money. I'm sorry. Jaden says, have I ever joined the Thunderdome? Nah. Nah, I really have no interest either. But nah, if you guys ever do it, let me know how it goes. I'd be curious. All right. So what wrestlers have you met at your shows or attending a show? So here's what I'm going to recommend because I have a laundry list. I'll give you a few from Booker T to Roddy Piper to Mickey James. What you'll have to do is check out a series I have called Wrestling Road Stories, where I talk about my interactions with people from matches I've had with them to backstage interactions, funny road stories, so on and so forth. I think if someone retired Kurt Angle, it should have been Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, Christian, or Edge. It definitely should have been a legend. I agree. I know they like to give the rub or kind of pass the torch to the next young superstar, but I just don't feel like Baron Corbin was the right fit. Let's see. Hey, Matt, can you actually play with Dank Ops? Maybe one day. Only time will tell. Go harass him. Go poke the bear and be like, Dank Ops, man. You know, Matt will wipe the floor with you, bro. Matt will wipe the floor with you. Have I ever been to Europe? Never. I've actually only been outside of the country twice. And once was to Canada and Mexico. No, that's it. Canada and Mexico. Jaden says, I wish that I could meet you. I'm curious, let's just say the pandemic wasn't happening in a different world where there was no COVID. There was no coronavirus. There was no pandemic. Where do you guys live? Like if I were, let's just say I'm in New York and, oh shoot, Matt Rivera's facing Tommy Dreamer at House of Hardcore in Poughkeepsie, New York. How many of you guys can actually show up and be there? I'd be curious. It also helps that Cody Ko at the time was growing fast from the Jake Paul stuff. Yeah, I heard about that. Roger says, do you still eat homemade protein shakes? Very, very rarely. And a lot of that, if you just recently started following me in the last few months, I have Crohn's disease. Back when I did the TLC show, I was not diagnosed with Crohn's disease, which is a stomach disease, gastro disease. And I have to be a little more cautious about what I eat. So that's a pretty new diagnosis overall. Still something I'm getting used to, but I can't just eat anything like I used to. Roger says, do I like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I actually have a bunch of Pokemon pops that I don't think you can see at the moment. But you know what? I don't know if I showed you guys this one. One of my newest right here. Mewtwo. So yeah, I'm a Pokemon fan. That's what I'm getting at. I'm a Pokemon fan. Gotta catch them all. Let's see. I bought a protein shake tub for $25. That's a good deal. Jaden says I should get TikTok. So I am starting up a Twitch account. But TikTok, yeah? I don't know. I never really saw me as the TikTok type. Could you guys see me on TikTok? What do you think? Do you think when Austin Theory comes back, he will join Seth and Murphy? Yeah. I have a feeling, he'll end up coming back and maybe helping Seth Rollins win a match one day or something like that. Just so you know, I only have about 5 minutes left. I wanted to get on here just because I know time has been crazy and I'm not going to be able to drop a video this week besides this. Well, I did, release one 4 days ago, but I usually like to do 2 a week. So I wanted to squeeze this in because it's just been bananas. So I wanted, so just what's up. Just say what's up. That's all. Let's see. Hungry says, just warning you, when you react to some cheapskates, some are really disgusting. I mean, some people said I was disgusting. I mean, a lot of people said I was disgusting. I've read a lot of comments. I read a lot of comments over the last year. So a lot of people like, oh, you're so gross. Stop having your mom shave you. Ah, shut up. All right. Christian Reeves says, didn't expect you to cut a promo on cheesecake. So I had to. I hate cheesecake. Cheesecake is like my mortal enemy. I only have a few minutes left, so I'm just going to put this out there now. I know in the past a lot of people have taken advantage of the super chat option. I see there's a lot of questions left, and I don't think I'll be able to get to them all. So if you want something answered immediately, don't forget about the super chat and super sticker options so I can answer your question immediately. Let's see what else we have here. What did I think of Mandy versus Sonya's match in SummerSlam? I didn't think it was very good, and I don't know what the hell Mandy was wearing. I mean, her and Keith Lee, I guess, are, shopping at the same stores these days because their outfits were horrible. Let's see. Who do you hate, Seth or Murphy? I don't hate either. I think they're both very good at what they do. What made me become a cheapskate? So I was actually talking a little bit about this on the Christian Reeve podcast. I've always been one who doesn't like to spend. I'm not a materialistic person. I am a minimalist. I would say that this studio is my exception. This one room is my exception because, people buy me pops. I keep my collection here. When people ask me what I want, I'm just like, oh, I'll take a pop. Pops, Funko Pops. Pops are fine. That works for me. And, I have to make the studio presentable because I do have customers that come in to record music or shoot a music video or do a bunch of other things. So this would be my pride and joy, but I just don't like spending money. I feel like I need it. I need it for something that I don't really know what it is. Usually I say college because I do go to school. I enjoy, expanding my intellect. All right, what else do we have here? I feel like they're putting Dolph Ziggler as Shane McMahon's sidekick because he's always on Raw Underground. So at first I was like, what is Dolph Ziggler doing on Raw Underground? But it doesn't really bother me now that I think about it because he's either A, not going to be on TV at all, or maybe he can reinvent himself a little bit in Raw Underground. He's not really known for being tough. He's not really known for being gritty or edgy or someone who can scrap with someone. So I think Dolph Ziggler being on that show is actually a good thing. Randy Orton heard Drew McIntyre's skull. I know 3 punt kicks. That's a record, right? I'm curious to see if he's wrestling at Payback. Because I have a feeling he's not. And maybe that's a way of taking him out, Sammy B says, what part of Canada? Your neck of the woods, my friend. I've been to Ontario, Toronto. And I know I might not be saying this right. Montreal. That area. Niagara Falls. Let's see. I live in Lee Summit in Illinois. Sammy B says, I want to meet you too. Yeah, I would love to meet all you guys. I seriously would. I would love to just be at a wrestling event. Maybe AEW or Impact Wrestling sometime soon. Who knows? And maybe see you guys there. You never know. One day, right? One day. How do I feel about Jeff Hardy winning the IC title? I felt like it was a little early. I wasn't really expecting him to take it off of AJ Styles so soon, so I thought that was a little weird. All right. Is that Playa? Is that what that's supposed to be? I live in New Jersey. New Jersey's close. I used to wrestle in New Jersey all the time. Deleted said, I've only been to New York twice. One time, yes, I had been to the World Trade Center, absolutely. I actually lived in New York during the time of 9/11. I was in school and I remember the whole sky just being black, just from all the smoke. That was probably one of the scariest times in my life. Yeah, absolutely. I did not. Oh, okay. If I got the Impact Wrestling tryout, would I do the whatever they wanted me to do? Honestly, I'm their employee at their point. At that point, if they want me to be the number one attraction, I'll be the number one attraction. If they want me to be the cheap wrestler, I'll be the cheap wrestler. Whatever they like, right? Or you can play TikTok with your cheap gimmick, maybe. All right, guys. So I have to get going, and I feel like I didn't even really get to all of your questions, which I feel terrible about. But save your questions, and what I will do is, oh, actually, you know what? I could probably bang this out real quick. Hold on, let me see. Titan says, I know it's none of my business, but you said you had peanuts or cashews for one of your lunches. I have no idea. How do I not stay hungry from just having peanuts or cashews? I'm allergic. Well, I'm allergic to some. Actually, no, I'm not allergic to nuts. What am I thinking? I have so